they are concerned yesterday, and today is another set of lawyers defending the respondent. So what happens tomorrow then?
What happens tomorrow is that the petitioners will have a right to come and respond to some of the issues which will be raised today by the respondents' lawyers.
Yes.
And so what we expect is for them to come and be able to seal some of the loopholes.
The so-called rejoinder?
Yeah, rejoinder.
Right.
They'll be able to come back and actually seal those holes which will be punched today by the IEBC and President-elect William Ruto's lawyers. Yes.
Okay. And then now the judges will retire. Let me ask you, when they retire to make their judgment, do they sit in the same room? I don't know whether you are privy to this. Do they sit in the same room doing, like in a courtroom, or everybody will have their own space somewhere?
I actually had that conversation with one of my colleagues.
Yeah, what happened? Because at the end of the day, they will have to come with their different judgments.
What the conclusion was, because we are not privy to this information, is that they basically sit together and agree on the decision. We already have the assistants already typing out and probably doing the write-up already as the proceedings are going on, and we also have a court process being recorded. And so for the judges, they will actually meet together as the 7 of them, and they'll be able to actually agree. Then they're going to invite one of their assistants to come and brief them on their decision, and this assistant is able to actually now coordinate the writing of their whole judgment. Yes.
Okay. Those are live pictures from the Supreme Court of Kenya, where the action is almost about to begin. We've seen how time is of the essence. CJ Martha Koome says it's 9. They give it plus or minus, which is okay, around 2-3 minutes, and they begin. And we've seen them that if your time is over, your mic automatically switches off. So I think that is something for us, even for us, we should buy and carry along with us even in our normal lives. So those are live pictures from the Supreme Court. I really wonder, Wakili, how intense it can get when your mic is on and you have got 15 minutes to submit and the judges are waiting for you to talk. The whole hall is pin drop quiet. What goes on? Do you feel some weakness on your knees?
I was in that courtroom on Monday. And
what's the mood like?
And it's actually very intimidating because the judges are able to say proceed, or they can tell you on that day. They actually told 2 of my colleagues to actually sit down.
Yes,
we need to make a ruling. And so it's quite intimidating. Secondly, you have the best of the best lawyers in that room. You have the senior counsels, which basically means that these are advocates who have practiced laws for over 50 years. Some of them, like senior counsel Paul Mwite and
Roger, right? Likes of Ngatia,
and
for
Ngatia,
example.
they have actually practiced law, and so and gentlemen, senior counsels like Gibu Muigai and Kioko Kilukumi. And Morgo, who have actually done this for many years. And so if they turn and look at you, they are able to actually even themselves intimidate you. And so if you are not
But that's the rule
prepared,
of the game anyway.
If you're not prepared to actually make your presentation, then you're going to stammer and you're going to become incoherent and not able to express yourself. And so it's a very, you actually feel the power in the room. When you're actually in that room, you feel that power, whereby, first of all, the judges are sitting above you.
Good.
So they are looking down on you, and you're looking up at them. And so that in itself just becomes, and then you have cameras around you, and you have the whole nation listening to you. So it's not an easy task to undertake.
Anyway, I think that's why I'm in the correct profession. I'm here because this is what I do. This is it. Finally, and again, some light moments we see in the courtrooms. I mean, it's never that serious, right?
It's never that serious, but also sometimes it's quite serious because, one, the judges, remember, have power to actually cite, we call it cite you for contempt, or say that you are actually dishonoring the courtroom or dishonoring the judges. And they have power to actually put you in a cell. If, for example, you went in there and said irregular things or things which are not correct, or maybe even insulted them, they actually have the power to actually order the police to actually put you inside and punish you. So there's a light moment, which actually I believe allows you to ease up. So sometimes I'm able to read and see that you're very tense, and so they may make a joke at you to just make you feel calm and find and actually settle down. But then this basically allows you to settle down when they actually make that light moment. Sometimes they may make the light moment, but maybe they are being sarcastic. So it's quite... you
have to read their minds as well.
You need to read their minds, but also you need to remember that you're there to work.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, it's 2 minutes to top of the hour, and as you can see on the top of, right in front of your screen there, those are live images and a clear indication that the judges are almost walking into the courtroom, and any minute from now we'll be having that live proceeding. Wakili, thank you so much for coming through. That is Wakili Eliud Ngugi, who is an advocate of the High Court. Meanwhile, my name is Victor Law. Let's head straight to the Supreme Court of Kenya for the live coverage of the big battle. Good morning.
To get Change Your Thinking Skizatune, dial star 811 star 961 hash.
When you change the quality of your thinking, you change the quality of your life. Sometimes instantly, just as positive words can make someone calm, smile or laugh, your thoughts will react to the world in real time. So, change the quality of your thinking.
Dial star 811 star 961 hash. Star 811 star 961 hash.
Hello there. Good boys gone bad. Eric Omondi has evolved from being a comedian to now being the king clout chaser.
How does a gospel artist make money? Jaguar wet again.
As a celeb, as a followers, but it's a time for artists to make bank.
Yes. How is your relationship with Zari, considering that she dates young?
These are accessories.
They get out of it. Slap the guy.
Yo, what's up? My name is Ted Josiah.
Mashallah.
You sing about serious issues, it will not trend. If you sing about Abdiambosi,
no.
Bahati hata kuwa na
judges wameingia. Judges. Asante sana mwenzangu Victor Law, ukiwa upande wa kwanza wa studio hapo. Ndio kweli kabisa, tumeweza kujitayarisha kuletea mtazamaji matangazo ya moja kwa moja kutoka mahakama ya Milimani, ambapo kesi ya kuweza kusikilizwa, kesi ya Raila Odinga inaweza kusikilizwa katika mahakama ya Milimani, ambapo majaji 7 wa mahakama ya upeo wamekuwa kisikiliza kesi hiyo hapo jana. Na hapo jana tuliweza kuona mawakili wanaowakilisha Raila Odinga wakiweza kuambia majaji kwamba uchaguzi wa rais mteule William Ruto haukuwa wazi na wa haki, kwa hivyo basi wangeweza kutaka utupiliwe mbali. Hii leo pia mtazamaji, sasa tunatarajia mawakili wa William Ruto waweze kujitokeza kabisa na kuweza kueleza majaji ni kwa nini hawafai kusikia mambo ama madai ambayo
submissions we have heard today. We expect the answers when you will be making a rejoinder. We are not expecting the answers now. It's when you're making the rejoinder. I will start with Honorable Justice Hope.
Thank you, Judge President. I have 3 very short clarifications that I want to seek from the team representing the first petitioner. The first one, perhaps I can direct it directly to Senior Counsel James Orengo. What is the relevance of rejected votes when computing the results or the outcome of a vote? The relevance of rejected votes. The second one, I would have addressed it to Ms. Soweto, but the team can deal with it, and you are not answering us today. The postponement of elections in certain areas, and you say this resulted in voter suppression. That people wake up one morning to go and vote for a particular category of candidates, that I go to the voting or polling station to vote for an MCA, or is it called MC? That people go to vote for a senator, but not the other positions. Do we have any scientific nexus on this, or is it just an assumption that this happens? The last question for me is on the reliefs that most of the petitioners have sought. We were addressed by Senior Counsel Feroz Noroji and also Senior Counsel Professor Jenda on the reliefs or the relief in Section 80, subsection 4. And I'm wondering, what are some of the elements that must be satisfied before the court can act or can grant the relief under Section 80, subsection 4? That would be all from me, my lady.
Thank you. Justice Renaura.
Thank you very much, Chief Justice. Thank you, Counsel. You've been most helpful to us, particularly to myself. I have 3 questions, 4, I think, but very short ones. The first is to Senior Counsel Philip Murger. You addressed us on the PDF format of the forms, but in the pleadings, there is a JPEG question. Would you like to?
I'd like to immediately correct that. It should be
yes.
JPEG, not PDF.
Oh, okay. So it was JPEG. It was JPEG.
JPEG to CSV.
Okay. Would you then like to connect, because you addressed us, I think you didn't connect the JPEG to PDF and then you said CDF?
I will, but I'd just like to clarify that that was a mistake.
Okay, okay. All right. But just clarify when you answer so that we can get it right. And also in the context of the staging and tampering and so on, explain to us how that happens in real time. Give us, say, Kagera Primary School Form 34A. What exactly happened in your theory, because you say some of these things you don't have? How was Kagera Primary School interfered with the Form 34A? Number 2, Mr. Arua, and this could also go to the other counsel appearing for the commissioners, you've raised many issues going way back before the election. The Venezuelans, mistreatment by the chairman, we're not allowed to do this and that. But we saw your clients in public reading out results, and that's what I'm calling my acquiescence question. They did all these things until the 11th hour. What evidence do we have that this is not an afterthought, that they're not doing this in good faith? What evidence do we have